Today we did our best to find the ugliest watches in existence and we're gonna put them in a tier list. I'm joined by Nele because he can't do any other videos because of his broken hand. Is that all you have to say?
There's not much you say, man. Desperate times. The shittiest watches known to... that hurt my hand. I have a broken hand. Wait, before we start, what are you wearing today?
I am wearing my Baltic. I've been wearing it more and more. It's a lovely watch for summer.
I'm wearing, thanks for asking by the way, I'm wearing my Moon Swatch Mission to Mars.
Are you still wearing it mainly because you can't put any other watches on?
No, I'm wearing it because I love it. I'm off the cast, so I can put on watches again.
Let's start off with a big piece, actually a 100,000 euro big piece. So this is the AP 25th anniversary automatic tourbillon. So this one is just ugly. I don't know. It's mainly the tourbillon and the bezel around the tourbillon that they try to make like an octagonal bezel, but they kind of failed and had to squish it in the bottom. What do you think?
It's horrible. It's absolutely horrible. If it was without the tourbillon and just the three subdials differently arranged, fine. But yeah, the tourbillon just fucks it up completely.
It just seems weirdly unbalanced, and yeah. Fun fact though, this doesn't have a crown, so this is a back winder, so you have a weird crown on the back. But yeah, where would you rank this?
This is pretty bad. I'd put it. This is not even good for Ronaldo. A little bit of context. We have a category not even for Ronaldo. He does have a few good watches, but most of the watches that he wears are often like huge pieces of crap. That's just
with just diamonds
expensive.
All over.
Yeah, they're crap. So that's our second worst category, and definitely this is not even good for Ronaldo. So, what about you?
Yeah, I would say between ugly and Ronaldo. So
next up, we have a novelty actually, the Rolex Day-Date puzzle.
I was shocked.
Or whatever the name of the horrible thing is. I've seen some people actually celebrating this watch for Rolex for risking something. But Rolex is at the point where they could do whatever and people would still be like, oh my god, it's a Rolex. They're doing something different. I think it looks crap. It's horrible. To
me, when I saw this, I thought it was a joke, definitely. Mainly, I think the dial could be considered cool. I don't know if you are like that.
But not on a day-date.
The emojis in the date window, they just look so cheap. And it's just printed on. I think it's horrendous.
Anyways, I'll put this in Y, because obviously the Day-Date is a beautiful watch in of itself, like the shape and everything. Bracelet, beautiful.
I mean, it's just comprised and just on the dial.
Just I'd say Y.
Yeah, I would put it more in ugly, between ugly and Y, because I feel bad putting the Royal Oak higher up, because it's also just the dial is f***ed up. The next one is the Hublot Big Bang. And this just looks like a fake watch. I mean,
why did you just pronounce Hublot like someone who doesn't speak French? You know how to say it.
I went for the silent H, but I went for the wrong U, so you're correct. But I would have to say Hublot, but then I...
Nee. Dat kannst du on the video machen.
I hate this watch. I hate the brand. I think they're getting somewhere a little better, but the thing I hate the most about Hublot watches is their screws. They have these fancy different screws and they are not capable of aligning them to anything. This looks fake to me. The rubber, the colors, everything. I hate everything. I would put it definitely either in, so the top category is Invicta. I think this is almost ready for that.
Do you know what? I think Ronaldo would wear this.
I think he has this. So should we actually rename this for Ronaldo or not even for Ronaldo?
We can turn ugly into for Ronaldo and then the next one not being.
Not even for Ronaldo. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so I would put this in for Ronaldo because I think he has this.
Yeah.
Next up, oh boy, we have the Rolex Daytona, the Nicolas Cage, I like to call it. Because who the else would wear this?
Do you know what though? Recently, a few days ago actually, I've seen the Daytona with similar sapphire setting on the bezel. The colors look amazing in person. So it might be that seeing this in person is not as bad as in a picture.
For me, it's not the sapphire.
Yeah, I know. It's
it's the fucking tiger on there.
I think the strap is even worse than dial. Like, I laugh at it. It's not like, oh, my eyes, like the AP that we saw.
I am saying my eyes. Yeah, I would say also ugly because I think Ronaldo would wear this. Okay, next up we have the also quite a new release, the AP. Is this actually a Royal Oak? Or is this a concept? Is this an offshore?
It's a concept Royal Oak.
Okay, concept Royal Oak, Tourbillon, another Avengers collaboration for some reason. And this time with none other than SpiderMan. I think the general idea of this, I think it would have been fine doing it once, but doing it again now, I feel I can see all the Marvel crap coming our way, and also not a big fan of the Spider-Man guy.
Yeah, I'll have to take you back on this one. So, now I'm not
I know
saying...
you're a little Spider-Man
I'm a fanboy, yes, I'm a Spider-Man fanboy, and rightly so, because he jumps off of buildings. The attention to detail is insane on those watches.
There is still a Spider-Man on my case.
Yes, but it's incredibly transparent. You have a tourbillon. It's a 42mm titanium case. I think the way they portrayed it in 3D, considering the amount of work that went into it, and I feel it's actually cool that such a high-end brand like AP that has done so much for horology and is part of the Holy Trinity takes themselves not too serious.
That is true. I see what you mean. I mean, it probably doesn't help that I'm not a Marvel fan at all. I rank this in between not even
Watch
for
your
Ronaldo
mouth.
And Ronaldo.
That's not true. Ronaldo would fucking love this. I put this in meh.
Easy. So let's get to one which is easy.
That's something we can agree on.
I mean, there's not even anything to say about this. I don't know.
I feel like I'm feeling sick the longer this is on my screen, so can we just move on?
It's almost interesting that someone went through the trouble of producing something.
The more worrying and truly troublesome point is that people buy this.
Yeah, and Invicta knew. They were looking for this demographic and they knew that if they make this, people will buy it.
55mm. This is
nothing.
The Gladiator, by the way. Nothing about this watch tells you that you're a gladiator. In fact, it's telling you quite the opposite. Anyways, before I get inappropriate, let's move on to the next one. This is an RM 0.
So it's obviously placed in Invicta, right?
Yeah,
So.
you didn't have to say that. This is the RM 053. The idea behind this watch is pretty cool.
The boobies RM. Yeah, sorry.
It looks just disturbing. But the point behind the watch is that it's actually been designed for polo. And obviously there's the risk of hitting your watch with the ball or the stick or whatever, or the horse flies into your watch. So you have to protect the watch.
Who's playing polo anyway?
You know, I like that RM does watches for, like, I don't think polo is an extreme sport, but for sports where there's risk of hitting your watch. But this just ain't it.
I thought this was like a driver's watch. When you have your hands on the steering wheel, you see them.
Well, you have your hands on the fucking horse. You're driving the horse.
There's not that much ugliness going on, but in general, I would put it in Y.
I feel like Ronaldo would wear it.
You can't put everything on Ronaldo's wrist yet.
Do you know what? I think, no, it's bad. Not even Ronaldo would wear it.
We got a Jacob & Co. this time. This one is supremely ugly, I should say. Right? And yeah, I just see this. Honestly, I have the picture of Ronaldo in my head wearing this. This is exactly what he
the issue is this is for Ronaldo, but to me it's Invicta level.
It is actually Invicta level design. Like,
we have to respect Ronaldo's wishes and put it for Ronaldo because I mean, he loves this.
I bet he does.
Next up we have, don't jump at me. I chose this. I'll take full responsibility. It's the Omega Aquaterra. Listen, I get it. It can do anything. It's elegant, it's sporty, it's entry-level luxury, it has a fantastic movement. It's boring as hell.
It could not be more boring.
It's so boring.
This is Longines level boring.
Yeah, exactly.
There's nothing going on
At least
the
the
dial.
previous models had like those deck dials, the dial with the lines. Those had at least a little something to it, but these dials.
I was not a huge fan of that either. But
yeah, I feel like this is worse though. And
I have to say, I hate the Arrow minute hand. I hate it so much.
Yeah.
I think the Arrow should be on the hour hand, if anywhere, because it.
Or on both hands. Or like you have it on the planet Oceans. I feel like it works.
That's fine.
It's not like ugly. It's just more boring than anything else, and that's why I put it in meh, in the lowest category.
Yeah, probably looking at the rest of our contenders, I would put also in meh. Then we have Grand Seiko. So here I should say, I really like Grand Seiko actually, but if you go down in their catalog, you will find some monstrosities. For example, like this one. Why are the chronograph pushers even larger than the crown?
Yeah, they are huge, they are massive. They look like cannons.
And then this 3 subdials in this arrangement. I hate in general how Grand Seiko places their power reserves. They are just there, in the way. And then you have the Grand Seiko at like 10, 11, and
yeah,
the
it's
date.
Too much.
Horrible, and you better believe this one is thick as fuck.
Yeah, it's huge. And that's I guess Grand Seiko's biggest problem. They make stuff too large. Yeah, again, this for me is why.
Yeah, for me this is more like ugly. Also definitely at least ugly.
You mean for Ronaldo?
I don't think Ronaldo would appreciate this.
Yeah, but we replaced ugly with Ronaldo, so Ronaldo would wear this because he travels a lot. We have a GMT function, so that's good for him to track.
That's amazing.
The time between Portugal and wherever he plays now.
Next on my list, I have a Breitling monstrosity. Actually, the first Breitling we see here, which is surprising because they made some terribly ugly stuff. Generally, if you want to see ugly watches, check out Breitling and Bentley's collaborative watches. They are exactly what
it says on the tin.
And this is just horribly ugly. I mean, this tourbillon chronograph looks like you got it from AliExpress, and the tourbillon is like just the normal hairspring. And
this can go to Invicta. It actually looks like an Invicta.
This looks like from far away with this bezel and everything.
Oh, not even that far, mate. Like, I'm pretty close to my laptop.
Yeah, I think I would go for Invicta.
Yeah,
we can
agree on that.
But I think that's it. If you guys have any urgent comments about what kind of watches you find terribly ugly, then definitely leave them in the comments down below.
And more importantly, if you think that we unjustifiably put a watch into this tier list, then let us know. I'm sure you will. Keep it civilized down there, but we do want to know what you think. So yeah,
definitely.
That's it. Thank you so much for watching. By the way, please do leave a like on the video. It helps us out a lot, and subscribe if you want to see more. Thank you so much for watching, and see you next time. Ciao.